Breaking news, Russia attacks
President Putin, stop your troops.
As blasts are heard in several cities around Ukraine. New sanctions in Russia take effect
to ask Russia to stop.
As the world watches for Vladimir Putin's next move. And spirits for schools.
We go in different countries and we build schools.
A drinking establishment's bold plan to help education. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
South Florida, I'm Julian Davis.
Good morning, I'm Anya Joseph. Today's Thursday, February 24, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Breaking overnight, the Russian invasion of Ukraine has begun. President Biden condemned what he called an unprovoked and justified attack by the Russian military forces.
And as CNN's Mandy Gaither reports, leaders from around the world are calling on Russia to stand down this morning.
A state of emergency in Ukraine. Calls for peace have gone unanswered.
President Putin, stop your troops from attacking the Ukraine. Give peace a chance. Too many people have already died.
Blasts heard in multiple Ukrainian cities after Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a military operation he says to protect Donbas, a separatist-held region of Ukraine.
Our plans are not to occupy Ukraine. We do not plan to impose ourselves on anyone.
In an emergency meeting Wednesday night, members of the UN Security Council condemned Russia's actions.
We're here for one reason and one reason only: to ask Russia to stop. Return to your borders. Send your troops and your tanks and your planes back to their barracks and hangars.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has introduced martial law and urged people to remain calm.
Stay at home if you can. We are working. The army is working. The whole sector of defense and security is working. No panic.
In a statement, President Joe Biden saying Russia alone is responsible for the death and destruction this attack will bring, and the United States and its allies and partners will respond in a united and decisive way. The world will hold Russia accountable. I'm Mandy Gaither reporting.
This morning, the search for a man who shot a Florida sheriff has ended. The suspect, Gregory Ryan Medema, was found dead at the scene when deputies arrived at a home near Gainesville. The search for the man started Tuesday morning after the department received a call that Taylor County Sheriff's Deputy Troy Anderson was shot at a traffic stop.
Our officer is in the hospital right now. He's fixed to go under reconstructive surgery for his face and where the bullet entry entered. He's stable right now. Everything seems to be going in a good direction unless something turns around.
On Wednesday, deputies responded to a reported home invasion. Officers say the homeowner shot and killed the intruder, which was later identified as the man they were looking for.
A man with ties to South Florida who killed 3 women back in 2005 and 2006 is behind bars this morning after being found guilty. The ruling was in Daytona Beach yesterday. Robert Tyrone Hayes, now a convicted serial killer, was charged on all 3 counts of premeditated first-degree murder. The 3 women's case had gone cold. The 3 women's case had gone cold until 2016 when Hayes was the suspect of another murder in Palm Beach County. Hayes' sentencing for the death penalty is set to start Monday.
Newly released video this morning showing a man in Florida stuffing a crossbow down his pants at a home improvement store. The video is from February 6th in Mims, which is near Melbourne. He was able to walk out of the store with a crossbow undetected. Named Darren Durant and was taken to custody a few days later in a nearby parking lot. He now faces a charge of felony theft and is now in jail.
At first, it's hard to connect the dots between having a drink in D.C. and building a school in West Africa. Kelly Ray Skinner from our Washington Bureau pulls a chair up to the bar at the saloon for an explanation.
The Saloon is a local bar on U Street working with the Kamal Foundation, a nonprofit that builds homes, schools, and clinics around the world.
The Saloon on U Street is well known for its moonshine, diverse beer selection, and no-nonsense tavern environment, and of course, its impact on those less fortunate.
After we pay our bills, we go in a different countries and we build schools.
A portion of the bar profits go to the foundation, and people can donate $150 to the foundation for a personalized brick on the saloon's wall. The foundation chooses school locations based on suggestions from those who buy bricks.
It's very fun and interesting because this is something nobody does in this country as far as I'm concerned. I don't ever recall having no kind of nonprofit bars anywhere. So just to be part of that by itself is just great.
The Kamal Foundation is currently building its 24th school in Burkina Faso, West Africa.
For those looking for a nice place to grab a beer and make an impact on humanity, the Saloon on U Street is your place.
Cameras rolling as a drawbridge in South Florida goes up with the car still on top.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
You want your paperwork? Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
A candidate for the Florida legislature accused of acting like he's above the law. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Confrontation on camera between a police officer and a candidate for the Florida legislature. In the just released video, the man is seen threatening an officer's job.
It was last week in Sarasota. Martin Hyde, who's running for state representative, got pulled over for speeding and texting. Hyde is seen arguing with the officer during the stop, insisting that she call her supervisor. He made several comments toward the officer, including one suggestive of her Russian immigration status.
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
In a Facebook post, Hyde admitted he was rude and belligerent during the incident and has said he has since apologized to the officer. Hyde also adds that he is going to do his best to behave better going forward.
Have you crossed a drawbridge and thought, what would happen if it goes up? Well, this happened in South Florida and investigations in Palm Beach County are running. The scene was caught last October. A drawbridge operator raised the bridge while a car was passing through. When the car slid off, the driver was able to get out unharmed.
Thank you for tuning in with us. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Anya Joseph.
And I'm Julian Davis. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.